All right, moving on. The Taliban government's foreign minister Amir Khan Muttaqi has landed in New Delhi for a week-long official visit. The first ministerial visit from Kabul to New Delhi since the Taliban seized power in August 2021. Well, the visit, which is set to run until October the 16th, was made possible after the UN Security Council's Taliban Sanctions Committee approved an exemption to the travel ban imposed on the Taliban leader on the 30th September 2025. According to reports, discussions are expected to focus on strengthening bilateral cooperation, trade exchanges, facilities in the health sector, consular services, and various ports. Upgrading diplomatic relations may also reportedly be on the agenda. During his stay, Muttaqi is also expected to interact with business groups and Afghan nationals residing in India, and several reports have also claimed that he is expected to hold discussions with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar and may also meet National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. So what does this really mean? And we're also learning that the Taliban government's foreign minister, Amir Khan Muttaqi, is in New Delhi for a week. And this is, of course, a meeting which means a lot. But what exactly does this mean? We're going to discuss this with our guest. Joining us on the show is Ambassador Veena Sikri, former diplomat, Major General Dhruv Katoch, Senior Defence Expert, Director of the India Foundation, also joins us on the program. Mr. Pramit Pal Chaudhary, Senior Journalist, here with us on the show as well. And last but by no means the least, Mr. Gautam Mukherjee, Senior Journalist, with us on the platform as well. Ambassador Sikri, I'll begin with you, ma'am. Well, like I said in my opening monologue, what does this visit actually mean? Afghanistan for the past few years has been admonished, rebuked and relegated by the world for a number of reasons. It finds itself at odds with our adversary, Pakistan, as well, and the tug of war continues. Is India going to consider Taliban a very important ally for more reasons than one, but more importantly, to keep a check on Pakistan?
Well, thank you very much. I think certainly this last point about keeping a check on Pakistan, that's something which is there unsaid in everybody's mind. But I think let us look at Afghanistan by itself for a minute. And I think in the context of Indian neighborhood first foreign policy, the visit by Mr. Muttaqi, foreign minister of the Taliban government in Afghanistan, it's significant. But we must remember that we've always kept very good relations with the people of Afghanistan. This has always been a strong point for us. And the people of Afghanistan reciprocate this very well because they realize that India has always been with them. You know, even now, the recent earthquake, India was there the first with them with the humanitarian aid, the family tents, the water, the medicines, the clothes, the warm clothes. It's something that the people of Afghanistan really treasure in their friendship with India. And in fact, they have always looked to more and more interaction with India. We always want to do more trade with them, but we know that because of the of Pakistan's intransigence and inability and unwillingness to accept this overland route for trade between Afghanistan and India, we've had to resort a lot to the air route for this trade. But I think that it's important that after the Taliban too, after they came to power in 2021, there has been a problem for the world. There is no country in the world that has recognized this government except Russia. And that's a thing that all the countries are looking to see what's going to happen with them. But India is now, in most of the discussions, there's recently been a Moscow format meeting where India was present through its ambassador in Moscow, and we took part in that. And I think the Taliban government values this, that India is there looking always as to the ways in which Taliban can be integrated back into the world community. There are problems because as of today, the UN recognizes the old flag of Afghanistan, the black, red and green flag. And the current flag, the flag that the Taliban government prefers, the black and white flag, that is not recognized. So of course, this is going to present a sensitive dilemma for the government of India, because when Mr. Muttaqi calls on External Affairs Minister or on Mr. Doval's National Security Advisor, then the question of the flag comes in. But these are simple matters. I think we've also always kept up with the Afghan people through cricket. We allowed their cricket team to train, and their cricket team is doing very well, growing from strength to strength. So it's quite natural that under these circumstances, despite the fact that government of India has not recognized the government of Taliban, maybe something on that will be on the cards, we don't know. But despite that, we've continued all these people-to-people and feel-good initiatives that are so important for the people of Afghanistan and for the people of India. And we are looking always, we've got a technical level presence in Kabul to look after our interest and to look after all this humanitarian aid and development aid. Development aid is another area where the people of Afghanistan really welcome India's contribution at all times. There's a Salma Friendship Dam and so many other projects that we have built throughout Afghanistan, one almost in every province of Afghanistan, and everywhere is something that the people cherish and value, whether it's a hospital, a school, a road. You know, the Chabahar port and India's contribution to Chabahar port of Iran is very significant for the fact that this Chabahar port provides the entry to Afghanistan. Then you go by the land route, which land route has also been built by India, the Ranj road. And that's also so significant that in every way we've tried to help the people of Afghanistan, even though Pakistan's incalcitrance on this has been very much in evidence. So I think when Mr. Mutaki is here in the talks, there will be talks on all these subjects, on humanitarian aid, on all kinds of other development infrastructure assistance that we would like to give to the people of Afghanistan. And then also there's the question of scholarships, of education. The people of Afghanistan, the young people count upon their ability to come to India to study, and this has been severely impacted. First it was COVID which stopped them from coming to India physically for studying, and then of course the under Taliban 2 government, which India does not recognize. So all physical presence of Afghan students in India was stopped. Visas became a real problem, but online admission is being accepted, and online classes are possible for the Afghan students who want to take up studies in India. But they're very keen now to move towards physical presence. So there's so many areas in which talk, and we also know that Mr. Mutaki is visiting the Darul Uloom Seminary in Deoband, and he's also going to visit the Taj Mahal.
Right. Ma'am, I will come back to you. We do have a paucity of time, and we have a lot of ground to cover. Taliban government's Foreign Minister Amir Khan Mutaqi has landed in New Delhi for a week-long official visit, and the first ministerial visit from Kabul to New Delhi since the Taliban seized power in August 2021. On his visit, the MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal extended a warm welcome to the Taliban's foreign minister. The MEA noted, and I quote, "We look forward to engaging discussions with him on bilateral relations and regional issues as well." In his visit, Mutaqi is scheduled to hold extensive discussions with India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and the main talks are expected to take place on the 10th of October, which is tomorrow. And according to reports, another key meeting is also scheduled to attend is the one with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. The talks, of course, are likely to focus on regional security. The discussions are likely to focus on bilateral relationships as well, humanitarian and developmental assistance from India to Afghanistan, and according to reports, the issue of trade and connectivity possible through the Chabahar port is also something that will be up for discussion. Mutaqi is expected to engage with business and industry representatives at an event hosted by a leading chamber of commerce in New Delhi to explore opportunities for trade and investment. Other places he is expected to visit include the Darul Uloom Deoband Seminary in Uttar Pradesh, as well as the Taj Mahal in Agra. He will also interact with members of the Afghan community residing in New Delhi, and India's engagement with the Taliban since the group returned to power in August 2021 has involved a gradual increase in contact, primarily focused on humanitarian aid, trade and regional security concerns, despite India not officially recognizing the Taliban government. And August 31st was the day 2021, India's ambassador to Qatar, Deepak Mittal, met with Sher Mohammad Abbas Stanikzai, the head of Taliban's political office in Doha. And this was the first formal dialogue after the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan. And in January of 2025, Indian Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri met with Taliban acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Mutaqi in Dubai. This was the highest level of bilateral engagements at that time, where developmental projects alongside humanitarian aid were also discussed. And in April this year, in 2025, Anand Prakash, the Joint Secretary for Pakistan, Afghanistan and Iran Division at the Ministry of External Affairs Government of India, was hosted by Taliban's Foreign Minister in Kabul. Another engagement was on the 15th of May this year, when External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held a telephonic conversation with Taliban government's Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi. This marked the first ministerial level contact between the two sides. And lastly, Amir Khan Muttaqi has come to Delhi. He's going to be here for 6 days, and this is a top level visit since 2021. He's going to be, in fact, holding a number of important conversations with a number of important people, is what we know. Jal Katoch, I'll come to you. Well, it's important to understand that, at this point in time, Taliban, considering the sanctions that it faces, the ostracization, for the lack of a better word, that it faces, it needs India. What can India expect from Taliban when it comes to this special relationship, for the lack of a better word, sir?
Thank you, Vineet. The way I look at it is the two things which India really wants is one is access. And the second one is security. Now, I'll talk about security because I think that is very important. We face tremendous challenges as far as Pakistan is concerned in the spread of terror. And it is the Afghans who know who those people are, where they were, because all of them have worked with the Pakistanis earlier. I still remember when the Taliban took over, there was great jubilation in Pakistan that they have won a major victory. And it's going to be to the detriment of India. But even at that time, I had made a statement. I said, no, the biggest loser in the Taliban coming in to Afghanistan is going to be Pakistan in the long run. And that has turned out to be true. I think we can cooperate a great deal as far as counter-terrorism is concerned. I don't think it is the same old Taliban which is proliferating terror across the world. That mantle has now gone to Pakistan. So this is one area where there will be cooperation. The second thing is, while we understand that we are not going to build, I don't think we are going to recognize this government. That is not going to happen, at least in the near future. But it is important that whichever government is there, at the moment the Taliban is there, we have to work with them to get to the people of Pakistan, to get to the people of Afghanistan, who, as the ambassador very rightly said, we have been very, very friendly with the people all along. And the people-to-people relationship between the two countries is strong. So I think we will look at avenues as to how Indian support can reach them. One, how we can get access through from the Chabahar part onto Afghanistan and beyond. And number three, on the security front, how the Pakistan Taliban can be, and the other terror groups within Pakistan can be prevented from operating in India. They can confine the operation to Pakistan. That is of no concern to us. Vineet.
All right. Gautam, coming to you. How do you look at this relationship fructifying over the next few years, considering the fact that, the anti-India rhetoric from Pakistan, the war-mongering, the saber-rattling continues?
Well, one is that this particular Taliban is talking to Russia, who is our ally. Leaving Ukraine aside, we have gotten ahead with Russia all along. We have also enjoyed, through different iterations of power in Afghanistan, a healthy relationship on a government-to-government basis as well as on a people-to-people basis. The need for a land route not interfered with either by the United States or by Pakistan through Central Asia to Russia and to Europe beyond is something that's very important to us. We have invested heavily in our relationship both with Iran and at the port in Chabahar. We have built a road from Chabahar into Afghanistan for the Afghans. And so we have connectivity, and there is every reason to think that Afghanistan may support us with cooperation in mining and minerals, in which they are rich and in which China also has an interest. The latest, very interestingly, is that India is supporting Afghanistan in retaining Bagram base without American presence. That they're also supported by China and Pakistan in this is interesting. But from our own point of view, since we follow a independent foreign policy, a non-aligned foreign policy, I think the response from Afghanistan is growing stronger, and this is good for us in terms of having stability in the region and, to a certain extent, isolating Pakistan even from the Afghanistan border and beyond. So this is all good. We are proceeding cautiously, step by step, and I think it will be beneficial to both sides.
Pramit, but we still don't recognize the Taliban government. There are still some issues, humanitarian issues, which India has flagged off. How do you think those can be balanced off in light of the positive that both these countries want to do for each other?
As has been mentioned, only Russia recognizes them right now, but it has not stopped us and other countries from having, in many ways, a full relationship with the Taliban. We provide aid, we have provided vaccines, we have provided food. Our embassy is I think, I believe the visa section still functions. And of course, we've now just had a foreign minister meeting, and we've had a number of other diplomatic engagements. There's limited trade between the two countries, but that's partly because of the problem of Pakistan being between us. So on a whole host of fronts, the two countries continue to function reasonably normally. And I think that will increase. One of the things that we have been requesting the Taliban to do is overcome some of the image issues they have. For example, their ban on or their restrictions on women's education. And they have made a special exemption for India. We provide about 400 online scholarships now for women in Afghanistan, and that is expanding. But I think the most important element is that we originally were a bit, I think, surprised that the nature of the present Taliban regime was very different than the first Taliban regime, especially given its relations with Pakistan. It has been very hostile. An estimated 50 Pakistanis are being killed every week in clashes with the Taliban. But just as important is that they have been prepared to handle or deal with any of the security concerns we have. There are a number of militant groups that still function in Afghanistan or operate there, and we've made it very clear that none of the ones that are hostile to India, notably Lashkar and Jaish, should be given any freedom to operate, and that assurance has been given to us, and so far there is no evidence that they have broken from that. So everything points to a very good relationship. I mean, let's put it this way, that all our core interests are being satisfied or held to by this present regime. So these type of things will have to be a bit of a test over time to see how this goes on. But so far, we have had no reason to have any real problems with or have a problem with this Taliban regime. And I fully suspect, given the deterioration of our relationships with Pakistan, that building up or normalizing a relationship with Afghanistan makes increasingly more sense for us.
All right, fair enough. We have run out of time. Appreciate everybody who joined in and shared their perspective. Thank you so much. All right, breaking news coming in. India and UK have put out a joint statement and have condemned the terror attack in Pahalgam. The